Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angry Pepper. So today's video, we're going to talk about something really stupid. So in New York City, guys, apparently now, with everything else, all right, let me walk this back a little bit. Here in New York City, a lot of things in a lot of the stores like Dwayne Reed, CVS, Rite Aid, they're being locked up, right? So the high-ticket items, if you will, like shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush, lotions, face cream, all of those high-ticket items, if you will, are being locked up. So you can go to almost any CVS in New York City and you see a lot of items behind glass. Okay. So now they're running into a problem where food is being stolen so much, they're coming up with the idea, or they're thinking of an idea on how to lock food up. Meaning, your favorite foods, whether that's rice or Spam or fucking cereal, will be locked behind glass, a glass container or glass shelf, sorry. This is gone too far. So now, you're complicating the lives of the regular consumer. People like me who want to go in the store, reach at the shelf, pull the food off, and go. Now, if you put it behind the glass casing, if you will, now I got to get a supervisor from that store, or manager or clerk, to be like, hey, I want that box of cereal. So now imagine in a supermarket doing this. Now, grocery stores are considering this. Supermarkets are not, or at least I didn't read supermarkets were. Supermarkets can't do this. Actually thinking about it logistically, it's just a nightmare for them. They couldn't do this. They have to up their security. The problem with security for grocery stores, CVS, or supermarkets is that a lot of the headquarters, the chain places headquarters, like CVS headquarters, Rite Aid headquarters, AMP or whatever supermarkets are still out there, their headquarters are telling them, don't engage because we don't want you to get hurt. I don't think they don't want them to get hurt. I just don't think they want a lawsuit from the criminals getting tackled by the security. I think that's the bigger reason. It has nothing to do with getting hurt. Corporations give two shits whether or not their employees get hurt. They really don't. That being said, guys, now you have to entertain the possible idea that your food will be getting locked up in grocery stores. Now, again, I don't know if it's supermarkets. In grocery stores and supermarket, there is a difference. A grocery store is a smaller version of a supermarket. That makes sense, right? So a supermarket chain like Fairway, for example, or Fine Fare, I can't see them locking up all their food. Now, thieves are grabbing anything they can that's not tied down. So it's not so much that it's a certain item when it comes to food that they want. They're just stealing everything. And being that they're not being prosecuted, here in New York City, guys, grand larceny is anything over $999.99, right? That's what grand larceny is. So anything over that normally would get you locked up and put away. They're not even prosecuting for grand larceny here in New York City. Keep in mind, guys, you can do something stupid at home. You could do something like spray paint. You can get locked up for graffiti. And which is not hurting anyone, though it is damaging someone's property. It's not technically hurting anyone. Well, neither is stealing, but still, you're actually hurting the consumer when you steal. Because when you steal, the consumer pays for it on the back end because corporations lose billions of dollars, as the industry did. The industries like CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, Walgreens, and a couple of supermarkets took it on the chin. Target, by the way, they took it on the chin. It was something like $38 billion loss or $45 billion loss from last year from all the theft going on. So who pays for that on the back end? The consumer. Now I'm going to do a video on something they're calling theft tax, where the consumer, us, pays for the theft tax because they're not punishing the criminals, they're punishing us. So again, criminals get away with everything under the sun, and the consumer takes it on the back end yet again. Bad enough we can go in the stores and we can't get what we want because it's gone, it's stolen, it's just not there. Bad enough we have to deal with that. Now we have to deal with a tax because they keep stealing and there's no repercussions. Now, all across the nation, guys, we have serial shoplifters, but they're not even like shoplifting anymore. or stealing. They're just outright taking it. Now, stealing, shoplifting is when you took the item, you put it in your jacket or you put it in your pants, and you walked out of the store like no one knew you were carrying some shit out. They don't even do that anymore. They didn't even bother. They put it in a cart or in a bag and they walk right out of the store. And no one does anything about it. Security guards just stand there and go, and they don't do shit about it. Why? Because the corporation told them, don't get involved. So again, guys, we are going to pay for this on the back end. Now listen, any store that introduces something called a theft tax, I will just stop shopping at. Until cops do their fucking job, until the mayor tells the cops to do their fucking job, there's nothing to be done. There's nothing to be done. Now, cops can still arrest, by the way. They can still arrest for these things. The problem is it's a wasted arrest, if that's such a thing. Because they'll arrest this guy, Jerome. Jerome's been stealing his entire life. Well, now he's making a profession. It's his job. He walks into CVS and he steals something. And he does this 3, 4, 5 times a week. Because he gets locked up. He goes in front of the judge. The judge goes, well, how much did you steal? $300 worth of stuff. Case dismissed. Dismissed. I don't even think it sticks on their record, but now it's dismissed. Now the cop just wasted his time with all this bullshit. And keep in mind, cops don't even get overtime because the city goes out of their way to take their overtime away, or limit their overtime, rather. Sorry, not that they take it away completely, but they limit it. So the arresting officer only does so many hours of that paperwork until he hands it off to somebody else. Now, in New York City, guys, grand larceny, again, over $999.99, which is $1,000, I know. Grand larceny is up 80% in New York City alone. Never mind the rest of the nation. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, you need to move out of New York City. This shit just isn't in New York. There are a lot of other places that are doing the same shit. Now, I know in some rural areas, yeah, try to go into that supermarket or that CVS and steal. Security guard breaking your fucking hands with his baton, right? Rightfully so. But in liberal cities, this is what it is. Now, I went into CVS yesterday, down the block. I should have filmed it, but maybe I'll film it next time so you guys see what we're dealing with. I went in there for stationery shit, for a notepad or something. The stationery section was gone. So these people go in there and steal stationery. Now, who the fuck are you Who are you selling notepads and pens to? Like, seriously, maybe a drug dealer to keep in track of his drugs? I don't know. But that's a peculiar thing to steal, like pens and pads. I know, like, if you work in an office place, you take a couple pens and pads at home, to home, so you can go home and write whatever you need to write. But the fact that they're stealing all of it, and they're stealing folders. Who the fuck are they selling these folders to? Like, seriously, whatever. My point is that this is getting out of hand and something needs to be done. Now, here's the interesting part. If a civilian intervenes on someone stealing some shit, you can go to jail for assault. Imagine that shit. Imagine that. You trying to stop a crime in progress and you go to jail for assault. And not only that, now the guy can sue you. This is fucking liberal cities for you guys. Now, they said the rampant theft is making the recession worse, or inflation worse, sorry, because now the consumers have to pay more to get more product that they wouldn't have ordered if it wasn't being stolen, if that makes sense, right? So if they ordered, let's just say, 500 boxes of envelopes, and that 500 boxes of envelopes normally lasted them a month or two. Now with people stealing, they have to order that same amount sooner. So instead of the whole month, 15 days in, they have to order the same amount that would normally last them a month in day 15, which is now that they're paying double of what they normally paid for that month. So instead of paying 500 boxes, $500, now they're paying $1,000 because they had to order it again. So that on the consumer side costs them more, but on our side, it's going to start coming out. Right now, they're not charging us this tax theft. Again, I'm going to go over that video on the Angry Truths channel. But they're saying that it's making inflation worse. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not an economist, but it makes sense. It makes sense that if they're taking $1 billion hit for the year, that there's a definite issue there. So I did misspeak earlier. It wasn't $48 billion. It was $95 billion of lost because of theft. $95 billion. And that was for the year 2021. So not last year, but the year before. 2021, guys. So 2022 has got to be higher. It's got to be higher. right? Because that's all we saw is videos of kids rushing in and destroying shit and taking things. So again, that loss, the revenue loss, also calculates the damages that were done to the store. Again, I'm going to go over that in depth in the Angry Truth channel. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.